Hello, you're welcome. My name is Debo Adejana, real estate entrepreneur, MDCO Realty Point Limited. They call us the Sack Your Landlord people. And this is Real Estate Business with Debo Adejana. It's my pleasure to have you here today, and I want to believe that you've been enjoying the tons of information, useful information for that matter, that we've been sharing on this channel. Today again, I have another interesting discourse, and I will be holding that discussion with an interesting personality. Great guy, I would say. Met him about 9-10 years ago, and we've had relationships, business relationships, friendly relationships. We've gone to be student and lecturer, to now be business partners, people who do business together, and also family friendly, if I must say. Okay, trusted guy. I'll be discussing real estate, building material market. You can imagine, and the impact of getting educated when you are doing business. I'll be right back. You're welcome back. So on the set today with me is Mr. Oladeji Oladejo. You're welcome, sir.
Thank you very much, sir.
Well done. It's nice having you on the set.
Pleasure is mine.
Thank you so much. So tell me, Mr. Oladejo, how did you get into? Yes, I know you attended School of Estate.
Yes.
Flagship course, real estate business course. About remind me, when was that?
That's about 9 years ago.
About 9 years ago, 2011, thereabout. Wow, that's interesting. And you've been in the real estate business even before that time.
Yes, doing one or two things.
Majorly along the line of building materials, right?
Building materials, yes.
Okay, great,
yes.
great. So tell me, how did you find yourself in the real estate business?
Okay.
And when?
Okay. We've been there for about 17 years. The desire was more to go into the real estate, the building, selling and everything.
Okay.
But I found out that it was capital intensive, and I needed to understand the other side and at the same time build capital.
Okay.
In the sense that I had to understand the building material, because if you want a good product, then you need to use good raw materials.
Yeah.
And I had to generate income, so I began to go into the building materials, that the cement arm, from being just a distributor, what they call, so to say, commission agent. I became a distributor then of Lafarge product. Then I became a key distributor. Then from there we went to Dangote. Then from there we went to the supply of building material, other building materials, sand, granite. We went into logistics, and from there we started growing. But the essence of it all, of the building material, was to understand the raw material we're going to use, but the end product was to put it into the real estate, where we are able to buy land and build properties, wow, and sell.
So you probably said, okay, this is where I'm going to be a developer.
Yes, sir.
But let me do backward integration.
Yes, sir.
First, let me backtrack and study what are the inputs that a developer would require.
Yeah.
Master those ones, yeah, and then I'm sure I'll be able to be a good developer.
Yeah.
Wow. And I dare say that you're on your way to being a very good developer.
Thank you, sir.
You know, so you also, maybe in your understanding or recognition of the need for knowledge, as we're saying, about 2011, you came for real estate business course with School of Estate.
Yeah.
I mean, you've been in building material business. What else were you planning to learn at the time, and how was the experience? Was it worth it?
Okay, I think the first thing, the reason why I actually sought knowledge was because if you refuse what you call a dream, is what someone is living in the reality of it. So rather than make the mistake, I rather learn from other people's mistakes. I learned that from the first time I was going into business. I just made some few change from where I was working, and I decided to go into business. And believe you me, I paid what you call school fees. Wow. I practically lost everything because I didn't seek knowledge. So from there, I learned that the first thing I had to do is first seek knowledge before actually going into whatever I needed to do.
Wow.
Now, in going to real estate, by the time I went in for the School of Estate, it was a wow experience, because I found out that it wasn't something that as much as I desired it, I shouldn't just jump in so that I would not go back. And another thing that I also learned was the place of documentation. Now, that really helped us, especially my dad. At that time, he was a bit sick, and when I got the understanding of documentation in the School of Estate, I went to him and I found out most of the things he had were not properly documented. So that actually first made me to, okay, how do we document it? And that was quickly done. And believe you me, the moment he passed on, less than a week, Omonile rose up. And imagine if those properties were not well documented, we would have lost it to Omonile. Another thing I learned from School of Estate is the power of network. The power of network. Like they say, there are 4 major resources that you need. 1, you need a good relationship. 2, you need money. And the 4th one is time. Sorry, the 3rd one is time. You need time. These are very good resources. But one of the things you find in School of Estate is the power of network. And like they say, your network determines your net worth. And from there, I was able to meet people, including people that actually bought my product. And there also I saw a lot of opportunities there were. I mean, I didn't know I was so myopic until I got to School of Estate. You understand? I found out that even in going to real estate, you didn't have to do it all by yourself. You could start little by little by joining the cooperative, joining a good cooperative that had the mind of real estate in it. And together you could buy properties, and from there you learn the ropes before you start standing on your own. I mean, I learned what you call a broom of opportunity that till now is still keeping me on my feet.
From the way Mr. Oladeji is speaking, it's obvious that he has made friends and he has networked so much so that probably those guys are still doing business together today. I mean, for example, I've always lectured in School of Estate, and we've been doing business. In fact, this week we are still going to do business.
Yes, sir.
Okay, because it supplies some of our materials that we use on our current project on site, and that has been it. I've found him very incredible guy, very honest, very trustworthy. So if you are actually looking for any building material supplier out there, you need sand, you need cement, you need granite, you need blocks, because you make blocks also.
Yes, sir.
And a lot more. You want to be reaching Mr. Oladeji. I can tell you for free that I recommend him. Honestly, you want to be reaching him. If these are within the areas he covers, I'm sure you will have a great business. He's a key distributor for Lafarge now. I mean, it's not moi to get to key distributorship. It takes serious hard work, and this guy has been very, very diligent. So you picked up from School of Estate, you gathered knowledge. I can imagine. So we tell people sometimes, they say, it's expensive. What is expensive? How much do we charge? But you can imagine what it saved you, your family. The worth of those properties, I'm sure they are in millions, if not tens of millions.
They're in millions.
If because of the lack of knowledge, they lost those properties to the Omoniles at the time after his dad's passage, you can imagine what they would have lost. But what did he gain? I mean, what did he pay to ensure that that loss does not occur, and that the gain of having that property still remains in the family today? Peanuts. Peanuts. I tell people, if you say that getting knowledge is expensive, you don't want to know the cost of ignorance. You don't want to know. By the way, and it's not at all expensive. So if you're out there and you are in the real estate business, and you know deep down within you, you still need to learn more. Okay, that's number one. Or you need to network, because you either need knowledge or network. Those are majorly the two things that you lack. Not money. I tell people, it's not money.
It's not money.
You need money, yes. But you don't lack money. You lack knowledge, or you lack the network. Honestly speaking. And if you actually have the network, you can gain the knowledge. So at the end of the day, we can actually say network is very key. Very important. And when you attend a kind of a School of Estate like this, you belong to that network. For life. For life. You belong there. If you are active there, you gain from it. You have business, you do business together with people that you go to class with. You extend to other people that you meet at our functions and past. You can say when the alumni, meet, things like that. You network. You join that network. And you start to flourish from there. Tell me, in your days, because you've already shared one or two things that you gained, the issue of the fact that you're able to lock down the documentation of your dad's property.
Yeah.
Are there other things?
Yeah.
What have you aspired to after School of Estate, for example?
Well, the truth is this: in life, you need people who are above you and people who are lower than you. I saw a lot of people that were above me, and I saw, man, there's a lot I can learn from these people. Now, if these people can achieve it, I believe I can also achieve it. Well, another thing I didn't say was because when the whole thing was documented, there was no, my father actually, because in the School of Estate, we learned so much about people who lost their properties because they didn't write a will, and there was misunderstanding with siblings. And I found out that my father too was like one of them. One of the reasons why my siblings are together is because there's what you call the constitution, the will, which was actually written after I learned it from School of Estate. You understand? So beyond the money,
you advised your dad.
I advised him. I didn't even know. It wasn't an advice. It was just talking general based on my excitement of what I learned from the School of Estate. You understand?
We were
just discussing generally the importance of the will and everything. And after his demise and the will was read, I found out it was almost about a month after we discussed that I actually wrote his will.
Wow.
So beyond the fundings, beyond the part of that, we didn't lose the land. Now my siblings and I are together because something was, we learned.
It was clear.
It was clear.
You guys, this is
how I want things to be done. So that was there. And then another thing, like I said, that I learned from the School of Estate is like the Realty Point has a lot of opportunities for young people that are not yet into real estate but want to grow into it. One of it is the cooperative. When I got there, I found out they had a cooperative, and what I do with the cooperative there is that in saving money, I invest it as working capital for my other businesses.
Wow.
You understand? And I return the money back. So because the cooperative gives you less than 10%, it gives you about 10%, which is the lowest place where you can get
as in 10% per annum
interest rate on the money that you borrow. The 10%. Now you don't get that anywhere. You understand? Now, so that what that gives us is liquidity for the arm of our business. So every arm of our business, what we are doing is that each one goes, we create a what you call a cooperative for them, so that when we need it, we can easily get funds. So of course, with liquidity, it helps you to grow your business. So it has been a lot of experiences that there's so much to say.
That's interesting, Mr. Oladeji. Thank you very much. That's interesting. Now you can imagine, see this. He now knows, or he has benefited from another initiative of Realty Point Limited, which is cooperative. We, by the way, have two cooperatives that we've been instrumental to starting. One about dating as far back about 11 or so years now, okay, Prime Asset. And then another one that is just a baby, baby right now, Besama, which is like about 1 year plus now.
Yes.
Now, one was focused on housing when we started, Prime Asset, and still very much focused on affordable housing, okay? And then, of course, cooperatives generally would help you develop the culture of saving, okay? And then aid you with credit when you need it most at very affordable rates. Besama is focused on real estate investments. Real estate investment. There is still housing and ownership enhancement in it, but it's largely focused towards real estate investment and is diversified portfolio. Not just one thing, not just rental income. Rental income is good, but not just rental income. Rental income, of course, which includes capital appreciation when you sell the property, joint venture partnership, all manner of, buy to sell, that is flipping and all of that. We do all manner of that within that Besama bracket. And he's already a member. You know what? This guy is smart. You know why I say so? He's one of the cooperative members that are entrepreneurs that have judiciously used it. They've squeezed the cooperative and made sure that they've taken all the juice that it has for them. Because I see them do their savings diligently, and when they call for their credit, it's usually times two. You call for if you have 1 million naira, for example, in the cooperative, and you want to borrow money, provided you have another member that can guarantee you can do 2 million naira loan, 10% per annum. If you are doing it for 12 months, you have 10% to pay. You can imagine that. this guy does it regularly. I mean, he does it to increase his fleet, he does it to expand his business, he does it regularly. So he needs not go to microfinance.
No way.
He does not need that. So you also need to look at it. What is that you are missing out in not taking advantage of opportunities around you?
Yeah.
So if I would ask you, would you recommend School of Estate to anyone? Because guess what? School of Estate, we still run our programs, okay, our flagship programs, and we are now online. There is the online version. You can get from anywhere you are in the world, you can take our courses online. Just pay and take the course that you want to take, and you enjoy yourself. You get knowledge. You also get hooked up to the network, okay, and you can start doing things together. So if you want, is something you would recommend, and why would you recommend it?
From all I've said, I will definitely recommend people, and I will tell you the truth. Ignorance is more expensive, and it's not an excuse. Life will always give you opportunity. I believe those hearing now, this is one of the opportunities. Don't lose it. Don't miss it. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Mr. Oladejo. You are key distributor to Lafarge. Since when? You've been key distributor since when?
Since 2000. We became key distributor 2013.
2013. So for like 6 years now, he has been key distributor of Lafarge. And there are businesses we do together. I mean, there are opportunities this guy gives us, and you can't get it anywhere else. And that's the power of relationship. That's the power of networking, okay, that you want to explore. It's been my pleasure having you on the set today once again.
The pleasure is
I've
mine.
always looked forward to having you pinned down for this session. This is one of School of Estate success stories. We have so many success stories, and we'll be sharing them with you. Please, if you're in the real estate business, you want to check out about School of Estate, go to schoolofestate.com. Schoolofestate.com for the online course /online, and you can get onto the online courses and start doing them, okay? And if you like this session, please, you know what to do. Click on the like button. Yes, the like button right there below. And if you have any comment, pass it on. We would engage you at the comment section. We would like to hear from you. Please follow me on my social media handles. It's Debo Adejana, Instagram and Twitter. It's been a pleasure hosting, and I'm sure it's been his pleasure also being here. Really appreciate you and want you to keep coming. Till I come your way another episode, my name remains Debo Adejana. And keep doing what? Sacking your landlord. Thank you.